22.5. Solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Okay, this is the form that we look for right here, where the leading coefficient is 1 of the quadratic general form or standard form, and then we'll complete the square using one of these two methods here. So we have our x squared plus 11x minus 12 equals 0. And we're going to start off by putting the 12 on the other side. So it's a negative 12 here. So plus 12 and then plus 12. And that will give me x squared plus 11x equals positive 12. All right, so let's start the process of completing the square. So the 11, we're going to put it over 2. That takes half of it. Doesn't need to be simplified, which is good. And then we'll raise it to the second power. Now, this means 11 over 2, that looks like a pi now, times 11 over 2, which gives us 11 times 11 is 121, and 2 times 2 is 4, and it's all positive. Okay, so we're going to use this to complete the square. So we have our quadratic now that no longer has a negative 12, because we're going to put a number, we're going to put a c here that can be factored. Okay, and the new c that's going to go here will be that positive 121 over 4. And whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. So we can't just put it here, we got to put it there as well. So plus 121 over 4, and again plus 121 over 4. Now, this will give us the ability to complete the square and factor this into 2 perfect binomials. Okay. And here we have to add these two, and I want them to both be fractions, so I'll make this 12 over 1 plus the 121 over 4. Okay, so now we have fractions we're adding. Now, to factor this, x squared factors into x times x, and 121 is 11 times 11, and 4 becomes 2 times 2. And since this is a plus sign here and the signs have to be the same, it's a plus and a plus. Okay, now we're going to compress this into one binomial. So this will be a x plus 11 over 2 all to the second power. Now over here, we want to have common denominators. So I'm going to multiply this denominator by 4 and the numerator by 4. So 4 times 4 times. All right, so this will give me 48 over 1, and this will give me 121 over 4, my fault. 4 times 1 is 4. And this will give me 121 over 4. Okay, I'll bring this down. 11 over 2 and squared. And then we'll combine these two. We can add these two because now we have common denominators. So common denominator is 4. And when I add these, I'm going to get 169. Okay. All right, so let's preserve the integrity of that step. We don't want to mess with that. 11 over 2 squared equals 169 over 4. And we're going to get rid of the square, and then we're going to get rid of the plus 11 over 2. Getting rid of the square, we need a square root. So we'll put a square root on both sides. And since this is the equation, we'll need a plus and minus. Technically, they can either go there or there, one side or the other. We're going to put it on the right side. And as a result, the square goes away, and we're left with x plus, don't need that anymore. 11 over 2 equals square root of 169 is 13, square root of 4 is 2, and bring down the plus and minus. Now we get to split this into two pieces. the x plus 11 over 2 will equal the 13 over 2. And the x plus 11 over 2 on the right side will equal the negative 13 over 2. All right, now I'm going to subtract the 11 over 2 from both sides. So minus 11 over 2 here, and then another minus 11 over 2 there, because whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. And over here, I'm going to get rid of the positive 11 over 2 by using a negative 11 over 2. And then put another one on this side, because whatever you do on one side, you do on the other, in order to balance the equation, or keep the equation balanced. So this will leave us with x, and 13 and a negative 11, that's 2 over 2. And 2 over 2 simplifies down to a 1. Over here, we have a negative 13 and a negative 11. That's going to be a negative 24. Negative 24, and that'll be over 2. And that will simplify to a negative 12.